Hey everyone, I'm Aja Dang and thank you for joining me on my channel. It has been a while, but we are finally doing another Aja Does. Okay, so today we are doing Karima McKimmie's easiest winged eyeliner tutorial. I am terrible, absolutely terrible about doing a winged liner. Maybe this tutorial will change my life. Ooh, I'm like sweating. This is gonna give me anxiety, I just know it.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to share one of my go-to looks, which includes my easiest wing liner. Now I'm sure that I did not invent this, but since I stumbled across this technique, I've been using it on the daily. It really
I love
takes
how like
the headache or the heartache out of wing liner. I've gone ahead and done my base and my brows. You guys have seen this all before.
So
straight
cute.
onto the eyes,
Oh
I'm
God.
taking my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, which is a good primer for normal dry lids, I find.
Why am I never prepared? Primer. You guys know that for primer, I don't have primer because I don't really play up with my eyes. So I like to use my RMS Uncover Up Concealer. And as always, this is cruelty free. It's pretty much like the NARS cream concealer that I used to use, but since they are no longer cruelty free, I've used RMS and I really love them. As always, my life is a disaster and I can't find a mirror, so I'll just, I guess, wing it a little bit right now. And I really like using concealer as a primer because it also evens out my eyelids. And I feel like sometimes my eyelids are, looking a little dark on some areas. Look.
I'm really pushing that primer into the lash line so that my wing liner lasts all day. So I want this eye look to be quite defined but very clean. So I'm taking an eyeshadow that's a very similar shade to my natural skin tone.
Okay.
And I'm dusting that from lash line to brow.
Lash line to brow. Natural skin tone, so like a cream? Toffee maybe? Should I do toffee? This one maybe? Oh, I like this one. I think this one's it. Butterscotch.
This shadow will neutralize any discoloration and conceal any veininess so that we have a blank canvas.
Yes, blank canvas.
This is perhaps my most used eyeshadow of all time.
I honestly wasn't mentally prepared to do any type of eyeshadow. I thought this was just going to be a winged liner. So we'll see how smoothly this part goes.
Eyeshadow of all time. It's Rouge Bunny Rouge Chestnut Nuts Apples.
Rouge Bunny Rouge?
Chestnut shade. I'm going to use that to define the socket.
Try and stick to the same palette situation. So we'll use this one. This one was the first eyeshadow, and then here's the other one we're going to use, Mocha. Okay.
Now you're looking for a cooler shade for this step, because we want that definition to
I have no idea what a cooler shade means,
not so much as color. You guys will notice that I'm using a lot of Rain Morris brushes in this video. I have her little set here and I'm playing around with them and I'm so excited.
So
the
she also has really beautiful, like, deep set eyes. So we'll also see if this tutorial is good for eye shapes like mine, hooded and small.
Next I'm going to take a deeper grey and nestle that tighter into the crease with a smaller brush, just to get a really defined hollow socket.
Blackberry maybe? Oh yeah, that's pretty.
And you can always go back with that bigger brush and just buff out the edges.
And I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job actually. And then I'll just go in with this first brush that we did, and then just buff it out a little bit because she says so. I really wish I could do this and get live feedback from you guys so you guys can say, yeah, it looks great, or no, Aja, you look effing crazy right now.
I quite like how it looks now, quite clean.
I love how she speaks. She's so cute.
An inner corner highlight though, and my new favorite is the Transforming Pearl in the It Cosmetics
I'm just going to
Pretty
use
palette, which is kind of a pain because I lug out this palette every single day.
It's pretty
for that
similar.
one shade. It's very reflective and pretty.
Reflective and pretty.
For my easiest wing liner, I'm actually going to be
guys.
using a pencil. Now you're looking for a soft formula, something that has a little bit of playtime so that you can smudge it but ultimately you want it to set so that your eyeliner doesn't continue smudging throughout the day.
Okay.
My favorite two pencils for this technique are the MAC Pearl Glide and the Pixie Silky Endless Eye Pencils.
Don't have any of those.
I'm going to be using a MAC Pearl Glide today. This is in the shade Black Swan, which has a beautiful silver reflect that I think is really pretty. I'm lining the outer half of my eye and really pushing that pencil between the lashes. Now you can line the whole upper lash line if you like, but I stop at the iris because I have rather round eyes, and this gives the illusion of a more elongated eye. Now taking an angled brush. This one is actually an eyebrow brush, but ho hey, whatever works.
Ho hey.
I'm going to soften that line. With whatever is left on the brush, I'm also blurring the line above the pupil so that my liner fades into nothing. You can hold your eye taut if you find it easier to get closer to the lash line that way.
Oh, I already fucked up. Look at this. Okay, so I think I did too much liner. How did I already mess this up? I'm just gonna use my finger. I mean, it's a little bit, it's okay. Let's just continue and see what's happening next.
Then adding a dash or two of extra liner at the outer corner of the eye, I'm taking my angle brush again and smudging the extra liner into a wing. Now, since this is a soft liner look, I found that you don't need to achieve perfectly even wings.
That's good.
Soft liner is very forgiving, so as long as they're pointing in the same general direction, you're all good.
That's still a problem.
Again, with whatever product is on the brush, fill in that triangular void that you've created. This particular liner takes a good minute or two to set, so there is no need to panic. You have plenty of time to fill
I don't
and
like
smudge.
this brush. Okay, so I'm using a brow brush right now, and it's kind of painful. Oh, this one, here's another eyebrow brush, but it's softer. I feel like this wing liner isn't, well, kinda. It's not as sharp as hers is. I think I also might have used the wrong, I mean, you kind of have that winged-esque look, but it's not as sharp as hers. I didn't add any product underneath here, but it bled underneath to this lower lash line. Hers looks really good though.
And then using the same pencil, I'm tight lining the upper lash line to fill in any gaps of skin. This also makes the lash bed look much thicker. Here is the before and the after.
Hers looks good. Here's mine.
Let's quickly finish off the rest of the face. Now,
mine isn't nearly as nice as hers. So let's just try this on the other side. Oops, I already fucked up a little bit. Why is this so hard? Eyes are the hardest thing for me to do. Not as smooth as hers. Okay, I feel like when I kind of just rub the lash line once over with my finger, it makes it like smoky eye, sexy messy, so it doesn't look as bad. So then she did a little bit more on the outside and wing it out. This isn't working. This looks really bad, guys. Okay, so the IT Cosmetics liner is easier to blend than the other one that I used. Again, I think this just shows how bad of a winged liner person I am, because that does not look like a very sexy wing. That looks like a very sad wing. But she is right, like you don't have to be perfect in order for it to look even, because this is clearly not perfect. But let me clean it up just a smidge. So I've been doing this for about like 30 minutes. I feel like a liquid liner would just be easier for me to work with, just because I go bloop blap, bloop blap. I can see why this is easier, just because there's more leeway to kind of screw up and it be okay. Whereas liquid liner, it has to be really sharp, it has to be really even, because it's very obvious when it's not. But it did take me much longer.
So here we have the final look. This is my go-to makeup for uni, but I think it'd also be awesome for work or maybe for school if you're allowed to wear makeup. If you do end up trying this wing liner technique, then please report back. I would love to know how you go and if you also found it really easy.
She's so cute, and I really wanted to do a good job in this tutorial, but I don't think I did. Let me know what you guys think. The products that I used weren't really the best. The soft liners that I had or have weren't very easy to smudge, which I think caused a lot of problems, and I couldn't really find the perfect flat brush, is that what you guys call it? Like one of these guys to wing out that liner, because one was too soft, one was too rough, one just wasn't quite right. So I feel like maybe if you had the proper tools like she did to achieve this look, it would have been much easier and probably look better. But now that I'm looking at it from far away, it's pretty okay, and that's what she kept on saying, like the soft liner is better to use if you're a beginner, because you have more leeway to screw up and it still look okay. So that is it. That is another Aja Does. Let me know what you guys think of this Aja Does video, what you guys think of my result, and what you think of Karima's video as well. As always, let me know if there is any other videos or any other. I have snot running down my nose, so that's always a good way to end a video. I'm Aja Dane. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.